Hey guys, Baos and Ramos. And this past week, the Miami Dolphins made a big money move, extending Jaylen Waddle to a 3-year contract extension worth $84.75 million overall, and then $76 million guaranteed. And that obviously is, like I said, a 3-year extension, and that puts Jaylen Waddle as one of the top paid wide receivers in all of the NFL. As it stands, I know today news broke of Justin Jefferson. So when this deal was made, Jaylen Waddle was the 4th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Now he's currently 5th due to Justin Jefferson's massive $140 million contract, $35 million average a year, and he has $110 million guaranteed. That is for Justin Jefferson, and deservedly so. He's arguably one of the best wide receivers in all of the NFL. And with them bringing in a rookie quarterback like J.J. McCarthy, I think that move was very much needed. And pay the guy now while the iron's hot, and he's probably not gonna cost you as much more. He's gonna cost you more down the line. So just lock him up to a certain deal now. I'm pretty sure he's worth every single penny that the Minnesota Vikings are paying him. But before that, it was A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyreek Hill. Before Waddle got the contract, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp. Waddle slides in just above Devontae Adams, just below Tyreek Hill. Rightfully so. Tyreek Hill is an absolute beast, definitely wide receiver 1, but the Dolphins are in a position that they have 2 wide receiver 1s, because you can pretty much plug and play Waddle on almost any team, and he could be the leading receiver on almost every single team in the NFL, except a few like Minnesota, obviously, maybe not the Eagles, etc. But deservedly so. I think this is a great contract for Waddle. Finally got paid what he's worth. So yeah, now he's the 5th highest paid wide receiver after the Justin Jefferson deal. We're gonna go into some of the details of the Jaylen Waddle's contract, but just to speak on it real quick, I think this is huge for Waddle, and this is huge for the Dolphins receiving duo of Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle. Definitely Dolphins are putting their money where their mouth is when they're saying, hey, Jaylen Waddle is one of the top wide receivers in all of the NFL, and he should be paid deservingly so. Let's hope that this year Waddle can play more than he did last year. I know he played 14 games last year, but the time that he was on the field was great, but he spent a lot of time in and off the field dealing with some nagging injuries here and there. And hopefully he can play these next couple of years with limited injuries. But last year was definitely a damper when it comes to him being on the field as much as he would have liked, the team would have liked, fans would have liked, etc. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were displeased but understanding of what was going on with Waddle's situation. That being said, I mean, the production is there. He's had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and I think the sky's the limit for him. So really happy he got this deal, but I think it does affect certain things when it comes to, for example, signing Tua to another extension. Like, where the Dolphins are going to be pulling this money out of, because they have a lot of money listed in a lot of their guys. For example, the top paid players on the Miami Dolphins currently as it stands is Tyreek Hill. Tua has a big salary this year because it is, I believe, his 5th year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's his 5th year option right now, so he's getting paid about $23 million, so that's a lot of money for Tua. Let's see, Chubb, Armstead, Waddle, Ramsey, and David Long Jr. Those are the highest salaries for the Miami Dolphins, and it's the biggest cap numbers for these guys. Aside from that, there's a couple guys there, but obviously those are big names for the Miami Dolphins. They're also going to have to re-sign Jalen Phillips. Similar to what they were just getting ahead of the ball with Jaylen Waddle here. What does this mean for Waddle and his 2021 draft class? Well, it means he got a contract before Jamar Chase, which would have set the market. And I'm not saying that Waddle would have gotten more money than Jamar Chase, but definitely would have set some parameters for how much Waddle should be getting paid. Also, Devontae Smith, Kadarius Toney, who's bounced around the league a little bit, Rashad Bateman, who's still in the Baltimore Ravens, but still hasn't really lived up to that potential that the Ravens were hoping for him. When we look at some of the guys in the second round, Rondale Moore, I mean, the Dolphins really made Elijah Moore. Dolphins really made a great selection in picking Waddle when they did. There's obviously a couple players there that maybe the Dolphins, could have looked back and actually selected, like Penei Sewell, because he was taken right after. But I think Pat Surtain, like these are certain guys, Michael Parsons, that would have been a big impact on the Dolphins. But I do love Waddle's place on the team and what he means to this Dolphins offense. Let's look at what Waddle was seeing when he was signing his new contract extension. So here we go. So he's in the room, and who comes in none else than Mike McDaniel, clapping him, cheering him on to sign that extension. And he's the first guy to hug him. All big hugs, big smiles for the Dolphins wide receiver coach, GM, and obviously wide receiver coach Wes Welker. And he's like, let's get to work. And I think nothing other than that. The Dolphins need to embrace him. And obviously, Tyreek's not going to be there forever. I'm not saying Waddle's going to be here forever either, but he is also part of the Dolphins' big future, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, essentially. But keeping it moving, let's talk about the deal, the contract, everything that is in it. All right, so currently as it stands in 2024, Waddle is set to make $1 million off of his base salary, but he had an $8 million signing bonus. And then moving on to 2025, he's getting paid $16 million. That's his base salary. And then he gets $3 million for the signing bonus. And then on top of that, he has $16 million, obviously, in the guaranteed. Same thing follows over to 2026. Another $3 million signing bonus in 2026. And then on top of that, 2027, one of the bigger money years, but we'll get to 2028 in a sec. $23 million and some change. Same thing, $3 million signing bonus every year. And he's gonna get paid about $500,000 per game, which is big time money. Waddle, let me hold the dollar. I mean, come on, your boy needs one. And then finally, in 2028, when he's about 30 years old, he's gonna be making $25 million base salary, plus another $3 million on the signing bonus. And then same about game average, about $500,000 per game, a little over that. So in total, let me mention, $82,891,546. Just off of signing bonuses alone, he'll make $23,137,726. He's going to get $1 million roster bonus in 2028, and then averaging about $1.5 million per game in these contracts total. And then he will get $400,000 just off of workout bonuses, and he has $17 million guaranteed, and that is over the next 2 years, just based off of guaranteed salary. And then last but not least, his cap number, what his cap means against the Dolphins is 108.9, 905.59, $272. So in the first couple of years, so for example, going into this year, he has a $3.6 million cap percentage. Then it bumps up to 7.7 in 2025, 7.4 in 2026, and 8.8 in 2027. And they haven't gotten that far in terms of 2028 because lots of the guys won't be on the roster at that point. So, or they're not contracted to be on that on the roster by that point. So they haven't come out with those numbers. But this is big for the Miami Dolphins. I think nothing of the world of Waddle. I love the move, and especially they did it before guys like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, guys like that are getting their big time contracts. So definitely kind of sets up the market. You want him to be one of the highest paid wide receivers, and deservedly so. He has a huge production for the Miami Dolphins, and I can't wait to see what he brings to the table. But yeah, I mean, top 5 wide receiver in terms of money right now, and that's big time. You want, one of the best players in a dynamic duo of wide receivers getting paid deservingly so. So This is all good news. Just really makes me think, what can the Dolphins do in terms of signing Tua to an extension and locking him down long term, and if that move is happening this year. We're not sure, and negotiations are still happening. So let's see what happens there. But I'm excited, and there's only one way but up from here. So let's go Dolphins, and slide your boy $1, Waddle. Come on, I know you got it. Later, guys. Peace.